Hello, guys. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Chelsea Liverpool game today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. It's Saturday evening. Some of us are just chilling at home, no plans for the evening. But we're gonna talk about this game. One hell of a game. Tactically, it was a great game. Maresca against Slot, it was a good game. The build up to this game, Chelsea was trying to prevent a three-game losing streak to Liverpool. In the last 5 minutes, Liverpool has won three, drawn one. Chelsea has won one. Liverpool, on the other side, was also trying to prevent a three-game losing streak. However, this was in all competitions. Liverpool lost against Crystal Palace in APL, lost against Galatasaray in UEFA Champions League, and today they have lost against Chelsea. They have lost against Chelsea today. So that was what the build up to this game looked like. And unfortunately for Liverpool, they lost. Liverpool during the summer, as we all know, the great news was about Isaac, Ekitike, Wirt. And I said this, I had this to say. When you sign in so many players, so many attacking players, you have to check out how you're going to balance that team in the midfield, defensively. I know a lot of people already were saying that Liverpool is going to run, with the EPL. I said, not in my opinion. I looked at Arsenal. I said, in my opinion, they have the most balanced team and they have the deepest of all benches. You can make that case for Liverpool. You can make that case for Chelsea, as we saw today. Manchester City, those three, is that three? Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal. So you can make that case, for those teams. However, in my opinion, Arsenal was going to be the front runner of the league this season, regardless of how many players, regardless of how much money Liverpool put out there in the transfer market. And sometimes it's good actually for business. I know Adidas just gave them a lot of money, so Liverpool has that money to spend. And of course, Anslot coming into this season, he needed to strengthen. It's true that in his first season he won the EPL, but keep in mind, to win the EPL back to back, it's not easy. Well, it's just 6 games to start the season, so we are not talking as if Liverpool is already going to lose. They're now second. Is at 14 or 15 points. Arsenal is leading, but Liverpool has lost back to back in the EPL and 3 overall. When you look at the lineup, especially Chelsea's defense, they had 4 at the back. Cucurella, one of the best left backs. James, when he's fit, one of the best right backs in the EPL. But Achempong, this was his first start this season. He has made 2 appearances. He's only 19. He's made 2 appearances with Chelsea. 127 minutes. Badiashile, his first start, age 24. I mean, his first start this season. He's big. He's a good player. However, both players, we saw them getting replaced due to injury. Chelsea basically finished the match with Hato and James in the central defense. With that said, when you look at this defense against the firepower Liverpool has, Mo Salah, Isaac, Gakpo last season had 20 goals in all competitions. Then we know what Mo Salah did. We know what he has been doing. Although this season he's not started that for at the level that we all expect. However, he has 3 goals in all competitions, 3 assists, and involvement in goal 6, goal involvement in all competitions. Then Soberslide, Did you guys see that goal against Arsenal? So that's the firepower Chelsea had to deal with. And they came out with a victory. Now, it's nothing new. We've seen that Moresca has actually done that in the FIFA World Cup Cup this summer against a team like Paris Saint-Germain. So he has actually showed us that he can come out and get victories when it matters. Look at the lineup again. 4-2-3-1. That's how Chelsea came out. 4-2-3-1 also for Liverpool. In the midfield, they have McAllister and Gravenberg. We know what these two guys have done for Liverpool, especially last season. Then at the back, you have the combination of Konate, Van Dijk, Bradley, of course, new this season. I mean, playing constantly because the new signing, of course, we know that Trent Alexander left. But the other right back that just came from Bayer Leverkusen has been suffering with injuries on and off. So Bradley actually was picked to start this season. I mean, this game. And Kerkets was actually to the left. So looking at that Liverpool squad, that was going to be, a good game. But as I said, their form is not that good. But even with that, when you look at that Chelsea defensive line, there was always going to be goals. The way Liverpool started, the energy that they started, they came for business. Because earlier on, Arsenal had won. So Liverpool was trying to stop that losing streak. And Liverpool was also trying to maybe regain top spot of the league. Started with the energy. Chelsea was resilient. And then Chelsea had that goal. Look at the way the goal was created. A combination of passes in the midfield. Okay. Although this lineup says Gusto actually played in the midfield, he was interchanging with James. He played at the right back. James was in that midfield. But the combination of passes, then we saw Caicedo. When Caicedo was on that ball, easy dribble, McAllister, poor defending. The space was enormous. When you look at the two central defenders of Liverpool, Van Dijk and Konate, they were at least 10 yards away from Caicedo. I had a friend who was trying to blame Van Dijk. There was a picture out there, that shows Van Dijk trying to block. They're always trying to block those shots. Maybe Konate. There was at least 10 yards between Caicedo and those guys. And from the time Caicedo made that run, it was about 5-6 seconds. Can you close that gap of 10 yards in 5-6 seconds? I don't think so. Great strike. Now, don't get me wrong. I said this before. Alisson injured. But the goalkeeper of Liverpool, he actually, Georgie, he actually did a great job. He had 4 saves in this game. Fingertips to that ball. It was a great goal by Caicedo. Caicedo, that's a man of match performance. That strike was what Chelsea actually needed. Keep in mind, Chelsea was playing at home. They needed to get the 12th man involved, and they did. And when they got the 12th man involved, it was difficult now for Liverpool. The momentum was on Chelsea. It took Liverpool right into second half. Now, I talked about the two central defenders of Chelsea. Between those two and Chiampong and Barrecho this season, they didn't have up to 2 starts. Yet they got injured. Chelsea had to replace them with Hato and James. James actually left. He fell in as a central defender. Liverpool's goal. Look at the size. Look at the profile of James. He's not that big. His natural position, I know he's versatile. He's a dynamic player, but his natural position is right back. Right backs are not also that big. He was the one now playing on Isaac, and we know how big Isaac is. Of course, he's slim, he's not maybe muscular and all that, but it was a mismatch. If you look at the touch, Isaac was trying to control the ball. Perfect pass. The ball fell perfectly from Gakpo. And I spoke to you guys earlier about Gakpo last season, what he did. Scoring 20 goals in all competitions. So Gakpo is always like a good player, and he was playing narrow in that occasion. I mean, great. He read actually the situation really well. So it was difficult for James to actually protect or maybe put a body on Isaac. It was a mismatch. I mean, even when Gakpo actually was now faced together with Gusto, it was a mismatch. They are powerful guys. 1-1 equalizer. I cannot really blame Chelsea for that. It was always coming. Liverpool was more aggressive. Momentum was now on Liverpool. And when you look at both teams, it was as if, okay, the momentum is just going to carry on. It was all going to be Liverpool. Chelsea had to do something, especially with 10 minutes remaining in this game. The pressure was piling. Keep in mind, in 4 games this season, Liverpool has scored in 4 games this season. The Bournemouth game, there was another game that they scored in order to carry all points. So they have been scoring in extra time. And for Chelsea to prevent that, Chelsea had to make Liverpool respect their offense as well. That's the way you prevent such pressure. And Maresca did a good job with that, with the changes he actually made. When I look at the changes he made, I know we've been so hard on Garnacho, but I don't think overall Garnacho really had a bad game per se. However, there were some opportunities where he could have done better. I think maybe it will come with time. Neto also had a good game, but it would always take a special moment to win such games because both teams played good. It was very competitive. So the changes that Maresca made gave Chelsea an edge. Keep in mind, Liverpool also had to make some adjustment. Bradley was on a yellow card. He was taken out. So Vaslai fell to play on the right. Vels, who actually has started from the bench, came in. I think he had a good game. There was a pass. Oh my goodness, that guy is smooth to Salah. Salah did not score. Salah had a mediocre game. It was disappointing. Salah did not score. However, the adjustments made by Liverpool gave them momentum. With 10 minutes going, pressure was on Chelsea. So Chelsea had to do something. Liverpool was now playing 3 at the back, had more men in the midfield. Verts was over there trying to create for them, and he did create. However, they could not score. Isaac was also substituted at one point. Robertson was brought in, but he was not that good enough. Although he was brought in for his offense, Ikitike, who was not 100%. And keep in mind, on the first 3-4 games and all that, Ikitike has 3 goals. So those are one of the issues I was talking about, pressure. When you spend so much money, you buy Verts, you buy Ikitike, you buy Isaac. Now the pressure is on you, Liverpool. It's not like the first season when Slot came. He wasn't playing with much pressure. And I know why. I know Liverpool needed to do this. Maybe Mo Salah is on his way out. He has a year or maybe 2. Who knows? But there's a certain standard that Mo Salah has actually set. And when you play at such a high level, sometimes when you're playing maybe at a normal level, he has 3 goals in all competitions, 3 assists. That's not bad. However, there's a standard we know Mo Salah. So games like this today, just unacceptable. He had a poor game. So the changes made by Maresca was amazing because that gave Chelsea the energy they needed. Hato came in at defense with James. They did well. Es- Estevayo William, the eventual goal scorer, the winner of the game, he came in. His energy was just on another level. Lavia in the midfield, he came in, no problem. Let me see who also came in. Gui actually came in. He came in for Pedro. I don't think Pedro had a good game. His hold up play was not that good. I did not like what he did. His hold up play was not that good. You know, and let me see who also came. Oh, Gatens. Yeah, Gatens actually came in from, and Gatens actually did a good job because as I was saying, Garnacho did not have a very bad game. However, I think there were some instances where I think Garnacho could have done better. But when this kid Gideon actually came in, he was the one who actually affected that cross. Now, when you look at the winning goal, the transition play of Chelsea was just amazing. I have been talking a lot about the left or the halfback playing inverted lay, and you saw what Cucurella actually did. His movement, his awareness. Gravenberg has been good for Liverpool, but he was at fault again defensively. There was another game against Crystal Palace where he actually headed the ball back into the line of danger, and Crystal Palace scored. Today, the same thing. Awareness. He lacked awareness defensively, and he's the one who kept Cucurella onside. And when that cross came in, William was there to score for 2-1 in the dying minutes of the game. Liverpool, yet again, served a medicine that it's used against different teams. But this time around, they were playing against a team that could attack them. And that's the only way that you make Liverpool respect your offense. Because what they are doing, they're throwing a lot of attacking players up front. They have just three at the back. So they want to play in your own half. But when you succeed to break all their defensive lines, which Chelsea actually succeeded to do today, break those defensive lines and then finish, you kill Liverpool. And in my opinion, that's why I've said it. Liverpool has so much offensive power that they don't even know what to do with it. Why did you sign Isaac? Up to today, I don't understand why Liverpool thought that they had to go for a player like Isaac when they had a Ekitike who already started and was scoring goals. All you needed, of course, I do understand that the Crystal Palace defender at the very last moment did not make that move. That could have helped Liverpool. Gay could have helped Liverpool defensively, but it's also because that all your efforts was on signing Ekitike. I think another thing, another thing that made them want to sign Ekitike is because of what happened. I mean, not Ekitike, is because of what happened to them in Champions League last year. They were toothless against Paris Saint-Germain. So, in their opinion, they think that they actually needed a lot more firepower, great bench, big team that could do both well in the EPL and Champions League. And the season is still, early. It's not as if Liverpool has lost anything. They haven't lost anything. But the pressure is going to be on them. And very few players can do with pressure. We don't know about it. Like last year, of course, playing for Newcastle is different from playing for Liverpool. So it's something that we need to put an eye on. And I bet you, a guy like Ekitike, I see his arrogance. I know he can handle that. He can handle that. But can Slot handle that? Can Isaac handle that? Winning back to back. EPLs, it's not easy. So now the pressure, well-deserved pressure, because when I say well-deserved pressure, is because look at the players they sign. You know, no one is gonna say, okay, no, 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 no. The pressure will be on Liverpool. Now they have lost 3 in a row in all competition. Let's see how they get out of this. Let's see how Liverpool bounces out of it. They have the players. They had a strong squad today against Keats, against players, Chelsea players that have not played together. And you see how the kids actually responded. You see the energy. Caicedo, a player that I have been critical of, a player that I've been critical about, man of the match performance. The way he led on the pitch, it was just amazing. Look at that goal, a cracker. Look at the second goal. You know, I mean, it was a great game. Tactically, it had everything. You know, it was slow at certain points. It was as if Chelsea did not know what they were doing. It was as if Liverpool was going to score the winning goal when it was 1-1. All momentum was actually on them. Both teams had to make adjustments. Szoboszlai being a playmaker. Next moment, he's at the defense, defending. Chelsea had to make some adjustments. The two starting central defenders go down on injury. What does the coach do? James falls back, and then you bring in Hato. You know, so that's what football now is all about. You know, you have to have dynamic players, players that can play maybe in many different positions. Because if you look at the injury list, maybe some of you don't understand it. How I just saw the injury list of Chelsea. I mean, the injury list of Chelsea is almost another team. You know, Chelsea has about 50 players. I'm just joking. But look at the injury list of Chelsea and those on suspension. For Liverpool, Liverpool has Alisson. Okay, he's going to be out for long. But the way I see the goalkeeper caught catch today, I don't have a problem. They won't have a problem at goalkeeping. Of course, Alisson is just another beast. They have also Giovanni Leone, who was also injured. Then Stefan Baisic, hamstring. But look at Chelsea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I told you, almost as another soccer team. Cole Palmer injured. Tosin injured. Delap injured. Santos injured. Dario injured. Levy, Colwill injured. Mikhailovic, Modric, of course, you know, personal drug issues. Fofana, concussion. Then you have Chabola, straight red card. 9 players. And look at how they play today. Excellent coach. I mean, what do you guys actually think about this game? You know, what impressed you about both teams? And do you guys still think that Liverpool is a front runner, you know, to win it all? I don't think so. For me, I have Arsenal as my front runner to win the EPL this year. It's not because of the game of today's game. I said that from day one. I just gave different reasons why. So let's be interactive. Comment. Let me know what you guys think about the game today. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Stay blessed. And please share, comment, and go follow me on my various platforms. Thank you.